Hello and welcome. As you probably guessed, I'm MotherAzure and also going Maria. I am back again with another pick-a card, and this one is going to be about what spirit is around you and whatever their message is for you. It could be a spirit, several spirits, doesn't have to be human, it could be any type of spirit. It's pretty similar to the last reading that I did, but for now I'm emphasizing non-human, or at least non-alive, non-3D beings for whatever reason. Now, already several things are different in this reading from my regular readings. I usually have three piles. For this reading, I have 4. I usually don't have a candle anymore lit on my table, but there's one over there, so I'm pretty sure that whoever is here right now wanted some type of candle, and I have it over there. I'm gonna be shuffling the tarot on camera, but the oracle is already pre-picked. We only have 3 cards of oracle for each pile, so it's probably going to be a pretty quick reading unless I'm proven wrong, because usually sometimes I do that. But anyways, let's get into your reading. So for the interior pile, I'm very stuck today. I'm very sorry, so please bear with me. So for pile 1, you have Dalmatian Jasper. For pile 2, you have Adventurine. For pile 3, you have Amethyst. And for pile 4, you have Hematite. Head over to pile 1 with the Dalmatian Jasper. This is your reading. So I'm going to put your stone over there. And I am going to lay these out and then shuffle your tarot. If you want to skip the shuffling, you can go ahead and do that. I would recommend against it though, because I usually end up speaking while I'm shuffling anyway, and sometimes it's part of the message, so I don't know. Use your own judgment here. So you have a card, one for the Liminal Spirits Oracle, one from the Saints and Mystics reading cards, and this one is from the Angelarium collection cards. This is from year 2. So these are the only oracle I'm going to be using. This is probably going to be pretty short. So for the Liminal Spirits, you have Gateway. This deck, it has saints and other people. It doesn't mean that this is the spirit that is around you. It could be. It doesn't have to be. It's just to help me find out kind of what they stand for, or at least the type of energy they're bringing into your life, okay? So for this one, you got Isaac Newton. Yeah, they have scientists here. Isaac Newton, and you have Discovery. And for this one, you have Remph, I believe, Angel of Time. I'm going to bring that one closer because it's so pretty and I want you to see it well. It's just so tiny. They're not supposed to be used for divination, but I don't care. They're just too pretty for me not to use. So I'm just going to put that right there and start shuffling your tarot. Okay, so right away, there's this, I don't know if you have this is interesting because I don't think I have this clairsense. I think this might be yours if you have clair olfaction. I don't even know how to say it. It's the one where you smell different things. I kind of have it, but like not really. It doesn't happen often. Or clairgustation, I believe is the other one, where you can actually taste things, because I just got a sense of that, but like I'm saying is not one of my clairs. So I think it's yours, or they're trying to help you develop that, or whoever this is. I don't even know what to say. Maybe they if there's like a divine being of some sort, they have some type of rule over certain types of foods. I don't know. This is weird. That has never happened to me. I knew this reading was going to be weird. So let's see. I'll get into who they are and whatnot, but let's get a message from them first. Oh, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, let me move that up. I was going to say that it's almost like they're like, just say who I am and then get into the tarot. I'm going to shuffle the tarot now. Let's just do it. Nope. The Tower. And what was that mess? This wanted to come out as well. You want to do a 4th one? The Ace of Wands. So you got the 7 of Pentacles, the Tower, the 2 of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So let's get into whoever this is first. Considering this is still a general reading, this is going to be different for everyone, so please use your intuition. I may mention certain entities that this reminds me of for whatever reason. It doesn't mean that it's specifically the one for you. So again, use your intuition here. Remember that you have to use your intuition anyway, because it's not a one-on-one reading, and even if it was, you would still have to use it. So whoever this is, they're here mostly to help you. I mean, the gateway in the Liminal Spirits Oracle is the first card. So the Liminal Spirits Oracle comes in a specific order, and this is the first card. So this is the beginning here. And with Isaac Newton here, there's a sense of discovery, of finding out new things about yourself. And with time here, I feel like this entity, they are trying to help you tap into things that you're not used to doing. So like I said before, when I mentioned the clairs, it may be that this is not one of your clairs either, or at least not one that you typically use, but they're kind of there and they're helping you with it, or they want to help you with that for whatever reason. Now, these are not the only clairs that exist. You can have they're not powers. What was the word I'm looking for? Certain skills that are not like anyone else's as well. You may have something that's unique to you, and they could be trying to help you with this. Now, with the Angel of Time here, considering that this is the beginning as well, there's also a certain element here of letting go. You may be someone that is very used to maybe not specifically routine, just that you like things a certain way, or you get used to things pretty quickly, and it's kind of hard for you to start up new things from time to time. Or if you had the opportunity between starting something new and staying right where you are, you would choose the latter. So you wouldn't really jump into something new that you are not used to right off the bat. Now, they're saying that this is, oh fuck. So they're going in. So this could be because you have this idea that you have to be very good at things. And when you're not good at something, either because you've never done it before, or because you've tried it once and you weren't an expert at it, you don't like that. You don't like things that you're not good at. And if you're not immediately amazing at it, you just are not interested. You may not try anymore after that. And it's interesting that they're bringing it up. So I feel like they've been around for a bit. This could be a being that is in your spirit team. They're not giving me a lot in terms of who or what they look like. I don't think it's Isaac Newton, but it may be a more masculine energy considering the card that I have here. But again, use your intuition. Now, I was mostly looking at whatever is here. I wasn't even looking down here. So this is a very interesting combination to me, because if this is their main message with the Seven of Pentacles on the Tower, this is almost opposites, because the Seven of Pentacles is about putting your time and energy into building something, and the Tower is the destruction of a tower, destruction of something you created. So I feel like the way this is tying in with what I said first, looking at what's here, it may be that you're starting something or doing something that, although it's technically good, it's not exactly in alignment with who you are, your energy, or what you're supposed to be doing right now. It doesn't mean that it's not like they're saying that it's the wrong path. It's just that there's a better path. And this one may take a long time. It's almost like they're giving you almost a shortcut to a better destination here. At least that's the way that it's being presented to me here. Now, with what I said before, that maybe you don't like new things, you have literally the Tower here, and that's literally, it's bringing something new, because this is a complete destruction of whatever was there before. So there is by default a certain new beginning here. But what I'm seeing here, it's amazing, because you got the Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands, because the Two of Cups, yes, it can be interpreted as friendship, love, and whatever. But I also interpret this as whatever is in alignment with you in that moment, because these are equals, okay? And the Ace of Wands, being an ace, is a new beginning. So I really do feel like what they're saying here is to let that tower fall. They don't want you to hold on to it, because it's almost like they're saying that it's time for the tower to fall. Like, you can't keep building upon it because the foundation is shaky. And it may feel pretty dramatic at first. It may be very difficult because it is a tower. Is not comfortable. The tower is never comfortable. But by the end, it's kind of like you're gonna be much lighter. You're gonna be more, let's see what I'm trying to say, because I'm trying to say something, I'm not finding the correct words. When I say lighter, I mean that the weight of the stone is not going to be there anymore. So you could see it in a way as in, oh, I lost my tower. Like, I don't have that anymore. I have to, all the time and energy I put into building this tower, and now it just falls like nothing. You may feel kind of depressed by it, but then you realize that you don't have to keep building this tower anymore. Maybe you can find a place that has a better view, or just a better place in general, better materials, whatever. So it's kind of like it's a temporary low-level despair that I'm seeing here, but at the end of it, it's going to be an amazing new beginning for you, doing something that you like more, and you being in a place where you're actually more comfortable in, where you're actually supposed to be in. Now, let me see if I find a little bit more specifics about who this is, because they're kind of staying in the background a little bit. It's almost like they want, like, the message comes first, and it's less about who they are. I'm still feeling very much male energy here. I do not think this is an ancestor of any kind. It could be for some of you, but I'm really not feeling that. For the majority of you, this is a spirit that is unrelated to you, in the sense that they're not tied to you by blood in any way. So this is not a relative. This feels like, when I say that, it could be literally anything. It could be a deity. It feels more deity, but it's very distant, like someone that's mostly in the background, mostly in the shadows. And when I say shadows, it sounds kind of scary, but it's not. It's almost like they just they could have something to do with like actual darkness, but it doesn't mean that they're evil. It's just the way they work and what they have dominion over, if that makes sense. I'm seeing a very something specific, and I'm going to describe it. If it's for you, take it. If not, disregard it. It looks like a crown, and the crown is, it's a black crown. But the thing with this is that it's not a crown that, you rest it on your head and that's it. And it kind of has these how do I even explain that? Like, the points of the crown, there are some that come down to the face and right over the nose, and two others that go on either side of the eyes. It's almost like the crown itself shapes the face in a very interesting way, and I have no idea what that is. I have never seen that. And whoever this is very tall. That's also something I'm feeling. Almost, they're very, like I said, they're in the background. It feels very parental in a way. So this is an energy that's very protective, but again, they're more interested in you getting this message than saying exactly who they are. I actually had to retreat for a second from the message to see who this was, because they weren't, in the beginning it almost felt like just explain this up here and then get into the tarot, but then they kind of fell into the background when the message came out, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was their message. Like, that was it. They just want you to let this this tower moment occur and trust that it's going to lead to something better, and it will, because I'm seeing that here. It's again, it's gonna feel dramatic here because you've worked on this for a while, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna make sense later on, and they just want you to trust and let things take their natural course. You don't have to do anything. Just let the tower fall. Don't prevent it from doing so. It's gonna happen in its own time because you have that angel right here. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can go ahead and do that. I post all my updates about the channel over there. And if you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it's always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey and much, much love to you. Bye bye. Hello, Pile 2 with the adventure in the Azure reading. So what I'm going to do is put your stone over there. I'm going to look at these first and then start shuffling your tarot. I'm going to put something in the description so you can skip my shuffling, but sometimes I speak during the shuffling, so if you feel like you should listen, do it. So you have 3 cards. One is from the Liminal Spirits Oracle. This one is from the Saints and Mystics reading cards. Now, these ones have people depicted on them. Some are saints, some are not. Doesn't mean that is the spirit that's in your life. It could be, but it's just to help me figure it out who they are. And this one is from the Angelarium collection cards. Is from year 2, okay? So you got the Star, the Saint Barbara Empowerment. And for this one, you got Malahariel, I think. Malahirael. I said that completely wrong. I'm so sorry. Malahirael, Angel of Aries. So this one I'm going to bring it closer so you can see it better because it's very pretty. This is the Angel of Aries. It makes a lot of sense with Saint Barbara. But I'm going to get into shuffling your tarot now. So let's see what message they have for you, whoever they are. And then I'm going to try to see who this entity could be. I'm going to describe them if they let me try to connect with them a little bit more. So let's see. What's the message? 3 of Wands. Four of Swords. Do you want 1 or 2 more? 8 of Swords. I'm gonna get another one. I got 4 for pile 1. I'm gonna get a 4th one for you too. And the Hanged Man. Well, this one is interesting, and it's making sense already. So, this spirit, this being, considering what I have here, it's most likely, for at least for most of you, that this is a female entity, or at least a feminine one in some way. They could present themselves like that. They could be. It really depends on what type of spirit you're dealing with. But they specifically, they are obviously very strong. They very fiery energy. For some of you, I'm really feeling is if it's a deity, it could be a deity like Hecate, that her or someone else. Hecate, depends on how you say it, or a similar deity, because that's kind of what I'm seeing here with Saint Barbara. It could be Saint Barbara, but just off the energy that I'm getting here from these cards. Now, this being, they are guiding you a lot. So you most likely see a lot of synchronicities, and it comes mostly from this one. Again, I've said this before, they could be part of your spirit team. They could simply be in your life. They could have been there for a while. This is just them trying to reach out in some way, whether you know they're there already or not. But this one specifically, they have been, I'm hearing that they've been with you for through a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if this entity has been there since the beginning, like your beginning as a person, because immediately my attention was drawn to this little wave right here that I don't think I had noticed before this reading, to be completely honest with you, because this card usually brings my attention to the actual star, and I rarely look down here. Also, are you sick? Like, do you have like a maybe you're not sick. Maybe they're saying that there's something going on with your throat chakra, because during your reading, like right now, I felt something strange like in my throat, like a little blockage there. So it could be that you're having oh, look, there's a card here. It looks like she's covering her throat chakra. So yeah, you could have some issues right now, or since from a long time ago, with communicating, specifically your needs, I'm hearing, but just communicating in general, or with finding your voice, finding, it's almost like you have a lot to say, but you don't really say it at any point. But at any point, or like you could need a lot of encouragement to even say anything, if that makes sense. But that's what I'm mostly seeing here, that they are very much guiding you a lot, just a lot. And with the Angel of Aries here, they're also here to help. It's like they're guiding you, but they're helping you specifically in your new beginnings. So every time there's something new for you to do, they're guiding you to make sure that you go. It's like, how do I explain this? Because it's a little bit different from pile one. Because it's not that you don't start these new things. It's like you may start them with a little bit of fear. You start them anyway. But there's the fear and that second guessing about whether you are doing the right thing or not. And this being ends up actually guiding you and showing you kind of, they may show you signs that it's actually, it's kind of like reassurance in a way, that you picked the right choice. For some of you, or at least for many of you, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and you use divination to communicate with them, because I'm seeing a pendulum. So you may use the pendulum to communicate with this being. So you likely know who this is. Now, for your message right here, I did mention the throat chakra thing, and I'm seeing this here, but there is this certain, it's like this Three of Wands. The Three of Wands has a lot to do with expansion, with approaching new horizons, like waiting for your ships to come in, rewards, or waiting for the ship to sail to go with the ship, and stuff like that. But this card, for me, it's about opportunity more than anything else. But then you kind of have this Four of Swords and this Eight of Swords, that they're kind of, it's like you were on the brink of something new, something that would be expansive for you, that would help you grow in some way, and somehow you were blocked and you didn't do it. Because this Four of Swords, the Four of Swords is usually talking about, for me, it talks about rest more than anything else, that healing, because you have this heart here. This is from the Three of Swords that comes before is the actual hurt, the heartbreak, and then the Four of Swords, specifically in this deck, she has here her heart and it's mended, and when in the Three of Swords it's broken apart. So this is a certain healing needed to it's like taking actually the time to heal, taking rest, and allowing the wound to be healed, right? So something happened in between these two. It's almost like I'm missing a piece of information, but I'm going to assume that you know what this is, because this feels more like in the past, like this already happened. And if it hasn't happened, it's like you should allow yourself the rest. To have this rest that you need, because I feel like maybe you could feel like you missed this opportunity, or you may actually be feeling disappointed that you didn't do it, because it's like you were right there and then something happened, whatever it was, and you had to step back. So I'm hearing actually, for some of you, it could have been that you were ready to do this and something from your past, like way in the past, came back and you had to deal with it. It could have been a person, sure, but I'm mostly feeling like this is something like you have been in your healing journey for a while, and this is one of those realizations that hit you all of a sudden. Been there. I relate. And you kind of have to, you literally have to take a step back because it's a lot of emotions to deal with. And it's almost like you open Pandora's box right before you were about to do this for whatever reason, or someone opened it for you and you had to take this step back. You may be feeling disappointed, which is what I'm trying to get at. You could feel stuck, especially with this 8 of Swords here. But what they're saying is basically this is a necessary retreat. You don't have to feel bad about having missed this opportunity because you really didn't miss anything. Well, you could have missed something, but it's almost like it doesn't really matter because it's not the last opportunity that you're gonna have. There could be something even better for you in the future. They just want you to kind of embrace this because the Hanged Man, it's about sacrifice in many ways, but this is also willingly changing your perspective and willingly putting yourself in this suspension, because the Hanged Man, as far as I'm concerned, he put himself in that situation. He put himself upside down. He's not the Hanged Man because someone hanged him there. He did it himself. So it's a certain level of sacrifice in order to gain some sort of enlightenment, some sort of greater knowledge. So I'm seeing these runes right here. Many of the cards in this deck have runes, but for some reason this one has more. And in this 4 of Swords, there's another rune. I forgot the name of that one. This could be I don't know if you have Nordic ancestry, or this could be some type of spirit related to that. But the point is, because what I kept thinking was, as I was saying this, the sacrifice part is related to Odin and mythology. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure it's related to Odin. So I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that's the case. But it's kind of, you have to take this pause. You have to do this. You have to, I was gonna say, I can't say what I was gonna say because it's gonna sound so wrong. I'm so sorry. But you have to put yourself in this suspension in order to move forward later. It's like, stop worrying about what you missed, because that's only gonna prolong the feeling of being stuck. When you accept the position that you're in, you're not gonna feel stuck anymore, and you're gonna find actually something very valuable here, especially with the empowerment of Saint Barbara here. So this is something that's actually gonna be very, very good for you, and it's going to many more like these, because we have, even though I got this one technically to explain who this was, I really feel like it's also in a way related to your actual message, because Aries is the first zodiac sign. This card says, the moment before we act, there must be an impulse to begin. So this angel here basically represents the impulse that leads to action. So after this retreat, like, there are periods in life that you have to retreat and rest, and there are other periods of action. And what it's basically, you basically need to embrace this period of this little break that you're getting and take action afterwards. Do not worry about this. There's many like this and more, like I said already. They may not look exactly like this, because I feel like the biggest reason that you keep coming back to this and kind of feeling bad that you missed it is because you thought it was a huge opportunity, or it was something really good, or you have been waiting for it for a while, and all of a sudden you can't get it anymore because you missed the ship. But they're not gonna look exactly like this again, right? They may not look exactly like this opportunity, but that doesn't really matter, because in the end, I feel like they're gonna be a better fit for you, whatever this was that you are. It's almost like you're mourning that you lost it, and that's okay. It's important to get to that period of mourning, especially because we have this Four of Swords here, which is that healing part. So the mourning is part of the process. You are not stuck. You are just in a position right now where you have to be still. You have to be resting and healing. you need to heal. You can't just keep going because that wound is not going to close. You need to heal, and it's okay for you to heal. You don't have to be doing, I'm hearing that they're understanding. So I don't know if you work directly with the spirit. I feel like you do. But like if you don't have energy to communicate with them as often as you did before, that's okay. Like they know you're in kind of like this hermit mode, this hanged man mode that you need to rest, and that's okay. You don't have to worry about that. Just worry. It's not just worry. I was going to say just worry about doing this, allowing yourself to be suspended freely like this. So you're not really stuck. If you look at her, she's not stuck in any way. She's accepting it, and because she's accepting it, she's not bound anymore. Okay, and then other things are gonna come, but for now, your task, it's like your task right now is to rest and be still. Okay, so yeah, I'm not getting much more from them. This is very similar to pile 1 in the sense that I'm not feeling this is an ancestral spirit. It could be for some of you, like for some of you, it could be like, for pile 1, it was mostly like, oh, this is definitely not an ancestral spirit. For some of you, it could be, but for the big majority, it's not. Although this could be a human spirit, just not an ancestor, which is interesting. I'm not sure how that works. Don't ask me. I don't know, but most likely a female energy or feminine, and if it's a human spirit, not related to you by blood, but most likely for the majority of you, just a non-human spirit in general. But my point is, they're there, and like even if you don't see their way out, they're there to help you when you're ready to get out. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like they're waiting for you to finish this. They're not rushing you. Do not rush. And when you finish this suspension, when you're not hanging anymore and you come down from that tree of the hanged man, you're going to see the star. You're not going to be lost. So do not worry about that, okay? And now that I'm thinking about it, that's the thing with the ship. There's like it reminds me, like, I know, like, they felt like the, oh my God, the navigation star in a way, so that you're gonna be following your course. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. And go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do love my updates about the channel over there as well. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it's always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much love to you. Bye bye. Hello for your pile 3 with the amethyst is your reading. I'm going to put your stone right there. And now I'm going to get into your oracle. So you got 3 oracle like everyone else. This is one from the Liminal Spirit Oracle, one from the Saints and Mystics reading cards. Now these ones have people and saints depict, specifically saints. Mystics could be basically anything else. Some of them are witches, some of them are scientists. Depicted there. It doesn't mean that that's the spirit. It's just it could be, but it's just helping me figure it out, who they are and the energy that they're bringing into your life. And then this one is the Angelarium collection cards. It's from year 2. They're not oracle, I just use it like one. So for your liminal spirits, you got Cave. Saints and Mystics, you got Saint Lucy, Fierce Strength. That's purple. And then you got Sidereal, Angel of the Waning Moon. Bring that one closer because it's so pretty. You need to see it. I absolutely love this artist. Okay. I'm going to get into shuffling your tarot. You can skip it. I'm going to include a timestamp in the description if you want. Sometimes I speak during shuffling and sometimes it's part of the message. So use your intuition on whether you're going to need to stick around for this part or not. Okay. So let's see what they have here. Oh my God. Okay. Ace of Swords. I saw that Hanged Man, but I'm not gonna take it out unless it falls by itself. Ooh. 5 of Swords. I'm already getting the message of it. Okay. The high priest. See, yeah, you know what? That's just confirming it for me. I was gonna say, like, the main message this being has for you, like, I'm not even gonna get yet into who they are. It's like, you're not trusting your intuition enough. Not nearly enough, like, as much as you should. Let's get a fourth one, please. King of Swords. Yeah. Okay. This, like, so far in the reading, yours has been the clearest, loudest message, like, up front. So I'm just gonna get into the message real quick, and then I'm gonna try to see who this is, because they're already like, listen. So your brain, like, just because you think about it, it doesn't mean that it's true. Yeah, like, your brain lies to you a lot, your intuition does not. And the reason I'm saying that is because, like, the first thing I'm seeing here, all your minor arcana are swords. They're all swords. Swords represent the mind, they represent communication. But mostly for me, they represent the mind, especially in this reading, how it's prefaced here with the staircase and the on her head. And this person kind of touching their head and having a crow whispering and talking in their ear. So here's the thing. It's like, your thoughts are overriding what it is that your intuition is telling you, because it's like you will receive an intuitive hit, and then you will immediately go into doubt mode. So you start questioning it, or you will start straight up denying the intuitive hit that you got. And to be honest, they're calling me out along with you, because same. So I'm not judging you, but when I say but, it's like, I'm not judging you. They're kind of just I'm not saying they're judging you specifically. It's more like, oh my god, I'm literally telling you stuff and you're not listening to me. Because this spirit that I have here, I feel like they have a really good sense of humor. Because the thing with Saint Lucy is that I don't think you can see it from there, so I'm just gonna bring her a little bit closer. She has no eyes, so she's the same from the Catholic church. I believe, like, in folklore, she has become a folk saint, in the sense that I believe she is the patron saint of witches and, like, folk practice. I'm not sure about that though, because I don't remember. I barely use the guidebook. But she has eyes in her hands, because in the story, she pretty gruesome. She got her eyes plucked out. Horrible. But it's literally like your intuition is very strong. Like, you don't need to actually see to know and to see. Oh, fuck. No idea why that stayed stuck, because that hasn't happened in a long time. But like, I was gonna say, like, you don't even need to see, and it's so funny how it got stuck, and it hasn't happened in so many videos. This is the first time it has happened in several videos. Like, it's been so long since that happened. But the problem with that is that you do not trust it, and there's still a lot about your abilities that are left covered. Like, you don't know, like, these are left for you to uncover, and you haven't gotten there because you don't even trust, like, the tiniest hits that you receive. And with the Angel of the Waning Moon, it could be as well that sometimes you feel very in tune and in touch with your intuition, and then that kind of fizzles out. That's specifically the word that I'm hearing, fizzling out. And you feel completely disconnected, like you can't, I'm having like a feeling in the pit of my stomach. So when you feel that, sometimes your intuition, I'm pretty sure you can feel it in your stomach, but there's a different feeling. So as well, like, they're saying to focus on how you feel things in your body, especially your intuition. So if you feel it in your stomach, figured out how your intuition feels versus your fear. So that's one of the things they want you to do. So in order to connect better with that, you need to connect better with yourself. But whoever this is, it's mostly a feminine energy in the way that it's being represented here. However, I feel like for your pile, it's split 50-50. For some reason, it's almost like for half of you, it's a more masculine energy. Masculine doesn't mean man. It's just the energy that's being put forward here. And the other half is more feminine. But regardless of that, this being helps you a lot with specifically your divination. If you haven't tried that, you probably should. But just with your intuition in general, and they want to help you develop it specifically. So if you don't work with this being already, consider doing so. Now that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you to do it. Again, use your own intuition. You're going to have to use it here. But I feel like through divination, primarily, they want to help you kind of unfold things here, because you are this high priestess. And the thing with the message here is that I feel like your mind, like your thoughts, when you feel disconnected, is because you are either very anxious, like your mind is racing a lot, you're very stressed, or it's kind of, it's not fear specifically, it could be, but there's another, it's not an emotion, there's something else getting in the way, and I'm not sure what it is, because I feel like I can't see it, and you can't see it either, but like you could see it, but you don't, because you're not seeing it because you don't want to. I have no idea what that means. Like whatever is causing this, you're not looking at it directly. So like if you've been trying to solve this, like try to find out like, why does this happen to me? Like the main culprit, I don't think you have found it yet. And the way to do that is to actually develop your intuition. Oh. Huh. So I'm going to recommend specifically, like, if there's a specific way in your culture that you do cleansings, like spiritual cleansings, do that type of cleansing. If not, you can look for ways of doing cleanses, because I really feel like you need to cleanse your energy. There's some energy there that I don't like, and they may be showing it. So it could be that the reason you're feeling like this is because there's some energy, some meddling energy in your life right now that it's literally affecting you negatively and your intuition. And doing a cleansing and purification would help you. You can investigate that. You can do your own research, find what's gonna work for you. Me personally, I would probably use an egg. There's an egg cleansing that's pretty easy, but just do a cleansing, because there's something getting in the way, and it took me a while to get to it actually, and I don't think you knew about this. It could be that someone sent something not so good, or it could be just simply energy that has accumulated over time that's getting in the way. But do your cleansing, okay? Because that's gonna help you unblock this. But the cleansing, it could be something outside of yourself. It could also be simply talking about your own thoughts raising. But the issue here is that you can't really connect if your mind won't be still. And you don't have to clear your mind. The thing that they say about meditation, that you have to like clear your mind. You can't clear your mind. It's human to think. What you should try to do is to kind of untangle that mess of thoughts going around at 70 kilometers an hour, going crazy. That's what you should try to clear out, and try to stay have as clear of a mind as you can. That doesn't mean don't think. That's impossible. You're gonna think. It's more like to not follow the stream of thought, because it's gonna make it worse. So with the King of Swords here, I love how this is the last card, because here in the Five of Swords, specifically this one as well, but mostly the Five of Swords, it's like this person is not controlling the crows are controlling them. They're whispering in their ear, telling them stuff that's probably not so good. But with the king is in full charge, he has full control over this, over the swords, or over the crow, everything. So he doesn't have the issue of the raising thoughts, of the jumbled mind. He doesn't have that issue because he's in control of it. So what they're saying is that in order to get this under control is basically to trust your intuition more. Try to stop questioning it and actually follow it. But also the cleansing, I feel like I really need to emphasize that for whatever reason. But this spirit, they're a protector in a way as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are actually part of your spirit team, like of a team of spirits that actually work with you in some way. And some people say they have specific jobs. I'm not sure about that. I honestly don't have enough experience there, but they're around you pretty frequently. Sometimes they come and they go, but mostly they're with you. And I'm specifically hearing like this, they could have something to do with moon phases. Obviously that's here, angel of the waning moon. But I feel like it's actually has to do with their energy as well, and also your own energy. So like if your energy kind of waxes and wanes like the moon, to not beat yourself up about it. It's normal. Just let it happen. For some people just have a constant flow of energy. Some of us do not, and that's okay. So just kind of learn to work with your energy more. Again, if you want to connect with them better, to connect with your intuition better, you need to connect with yourself. And one of the best ways to do that is like literally connecting with your own body, how things feel in your body, your emotions, your energy levels, all of that. Pay attention to that, and you're more likely to connect to whatever is beyond you. Okay, so anything else? There's just a lot to see. Like I keep hearing, like there's a lot to see that you're not seeing right now. You will get there, but for now it's kept kind of hidden because you can't see it right now. And that's okay. You're gonna get there, but it's almost like a little encouragement to kind of get. It's almost like you know how they they put like a carrot on a stick to attract the rabbit. It feels like that. It's kind of like to motivate you to be like, don't you want to see all this? Like try to work on it so you can see what's here. Again, I feel like they really do have a sense of humor. It feels kind of playful in a way. But they're very protective, and they do hang around a lot. And I'm specifically feeling, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, that they had this tendency to kind of look over your shoulder at what, specifically if you're reading. That's interesting. You know what? I'm not going to question it. They may do that to read whatever it is that you're reading. So they are around you a lot more than you realize. You just don't feel them because you are not yet as developed as you could be in terms of your psychic senses. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST, and occasionally on Sundays. I was gonna say again because I used to do it on Thursdays. I'm still haven't gotten the old outro out of my brain. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can go ahead and do that. I do all my other stuff at the channel over there. And if you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish the best of luck on your journey, and much love to you. Bye bye. Hello, pal 4 with the hematite. This is your reading. So I'm gonna get into your oracle. You got this one keeps saying, you know what? I'm just gonna show it to you. This is the Angelarium Year 2 collection cards, and you got Turiel, Angel of the Mountain. Every time I picked up your pile, it just kept staying on the table by itself for no reason, even though I didn't have that issue at all with the other ones. So I'm guessing this is extra important. I'm gonna read it real quick. See, this one says, it's like a poem, I don't even know. It says, "Here I remain under a mountain made of many hands, all reaching and all taking. I press my body closer to that which I must keep. It is mine, and I will shield it from the misery of other hands. I can feel their gaze fall on it like an avalanche. Their greed feeds my convictions, so here I remain." I don't know why that's so important, and it's so... We'll see. So let's just see the other cards. So you got Rue and Socrates. Yeah, this one is a Saints and Mystics Oracle. This is the Liminal Spirit Saints and Mystics. Saints and Mystics has a lot of people. Some of them, they're not saints. They're just... This one is Socrates. Don't ask me why he's there. He's just there. And this one says Divine Connections. And Turiel is right here. So the reason I picked these cards is specifically because I wanted to see who the spirit was. And this one was supposed to be about that as well. However, I feel like it's also mostly talking about you. But we'll see. Let's get your tarot to see what their message is. If you're someone that's been on Two of Swords, on Witch Talk at all, you've probably heard like about some deities or whatever, they kind of have certain people that are theirs in a way, in the sense that I don't even know how it works. Like, I couldn't explain it to you if I could. I don't really do deity work, like, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm not sure about this. So you got the Four of Swords. Pile 2 got this as well. And this may be the case with this entity. If they're a deity, even if they're not, they just kind of have a certain claim over you. It's not malicious in any way. It's more like... almost like you're a child of theirs. Doesn't mean that you literally are, but it's kind of that. It could be a parental role. It could be another type of role as well. This could be also God spousing. But I don't want to talk about that if you don't know what it is. If you have no idea what this is, do not worry about it. But it's mostly like the spirit is there because they have a certain level of responsibility over you, but also because they have a connection to you. So this could be, it could be a past life where you worked with this spirit, and for whatever reason they carry it over into this one. It could also have been like a contract before you came into this life, even if you didn't work with them in a living life. But there's a tie in there somewhere, and I don't know how to explain it. Okay. And the Chariot. Let's get one more. Like, my point with what I'm saying is, like, this spirit isn't going anywhere. So they've been there since the beginning, and they're not gonna leave. And I think they want to make that known. So, Divine Connection to Real Angel of the Mountain. So, remember how I was saying that I felt like, even though I got this card because I wanted to represent who the spirit was, but I also felt like this card specifically represented you. I feel like, especially with the Chariot here as it is, there's something right now, like where you're at right now isn't really working. I don't feel like you are feeling well. There are some people around you, it could be people, I was going to say spirits, just energies in general, that are not helping you. They're just making you more confused. They're keeping you stuck in a way. And blindfolded, because it's literally the Two of Swords, and it's kind of like you're more exhausted than you should be. So you may be feeling very low energy, and it's because of the environment that you're in. Again, this could be people, this could be other energies that are there at play, but the bottom line is that it's not a good place for you right now. Especially mentally, it's not a good place for you. Or you just could be, in general, not in a good state of mind right now. And that's what they're trying to convey here. Because their message is, like, even though this Turiel here, it's unmovable, it's a mountain, it's not going anywhere. For you specifically, you do need to move forward. There's somewhere that you need to go. And it's going to be better for you because this Three of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, I see it as rebuilding usually, but this is also a certain level of creation here, with like-minded people in alignment here. So, like, the only thing keeping you from doing this are the energies around you. And specifically right now, I'm feeling like my nose is very clogged up, which had not happened during any of the other readings. And like, there's something right now, there's something that you should be able to do pretty easily, and you are having to put in twice or thrice the effort to get it done. And you could be blaming yourself in a way for it, or just, you know, kind of wondering like, what the fuck is wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. It's what's around you. So you're very sensitive, so you may pick up on people's energy pretty quickly and even absorb it if you are not careful. And the thing with rue here, like, the main thing that's coming up with rue is a protective herb. So I feel like you need some extra protection there, even though this being, whoever they are, they do a lot to keep that at bay, but it's like you end up absorbing things anyway, and you need to kind of create an extra layer of protection for yourself. So you could be using rue. Rue is I think it's pretty easy to find. They sell a rue cologne. It smells like it's so strong, but it works. I have it. It's so good. It works for protection, so you may want to consider wearing that. But like, the main part of the message here is that wherever you're in, whatever state you're in right now, or wherever you are physically, in relative to people around you, is not conducive to your growth. That's a very specific way of putting that, but not conducive to growth. I don't speak like that. Who the fuck? So this may be mostly like the way they talk. They feel, and with Socrates, I'm using this card as well to kind of see what type of energies this is, masculine or feminine. This feels more masculine, obviously, because it has Socrates. Doesn't mean a man, just more masculine energy. And older, definitely older. Like, because, yeah, Socrates is here, but I feel like I mentioned before, this is a spirit that you had some type of connection with, either in a previous life or before you came to this one, or there's something there, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. It could be different for all of you, but they're older than you by a lot, and because there's no like, oh, it's a few years. No, it's not a few years. It's a few years multiplied by 100. So I feel like they have a lot of knowledge here, but they're also saying, like, I feel like they're coming forward right now, if you don't know who, like, about this already, because they will not, this is interesting. So, like, it's almost like they're saying that they will not, they will let you come to them, if that makes sense. So if you are interested in any way in communicating, it's up to you. They will continue doing what they're supposed to be doing, but they will not interfere. So that's what they're saying. So it's like they do protecting, but they do not interfere with whatever that's happening. They don't interfere directly, and will just simply will not do it unless you ask. And sometimes I feel like even if you ask, they just will not. So it's almost like they have a very specific task, and there's that specific connection there, but they don't they're very restricted in a way, but it's almost like not that they're restricted by an outside force. It's more like they restrict themselves. It's very weird. No offense, but because I'm trying to describe this to you, and it just feels kind of strange as to why this is the case. But the takeaway is that they're not going anywhere and they're trying to help, but you need to, like, basically you need to move away from this. They're not gonna move you away. They're not gonna move people away. You have to do this by yourself. A big part of what they do is they want you to be independent. They want you to be reliant. They want you to do like to be driven and move in your life how you see fit, if that makes sense. They're going to help you, but they will not tell you where to go. They won't tell you what to do. They will simply be there and do their job. That's mostly, I feel like it's mostly protection and overseeing. They're not really interfering a lot. I'm feeling okay. So I felt this. My mind came up with a specific name of a deity. This is not for all of you. Use your intuition, use your discernment. So I heard Thoth, the Egyptian god, for whatever reason. Like I actually saw the representation in my head. It could be not for all of you. Just letting you know that. You always use your intuition here. It could be something of that sort. It could be, if it's not that one specifically, it's a similar energy, because they always could be using this for me to figure it out, you know. But sometimes I can't figure it out. And you know what? It happens. But it might be very difficult for you to move away from this, because I feel like you have a lot of I'm feeling the hesitation. Not in all of them. So like, if this is talking about actual physical people around you, most of them you're gonna be like, you know what, fine, you know what, like they're not helping me, you know what, it's true. I said you know what like 100 times. You're out of my life, I don't want you here anymore. But there's like at least 1 or 2 specific people that have got to go, and you do not want them to go. So you're gonna have issues letting go there. It may be painful, very painful, to let those 2 specific people I'm saying 2 because I'm seeing this but it could be more or less. It could be just 1 person, it could be more people, but just a few people that are gonna have the most issues trying to let go of. And there's a certain sentimentality. I'm hearing what is that word? Sentimentally? What? I have no idea what I just tried to say. Oh my god. Because I saw something. It was almost like the shadow of a butterfly, but there's no butterfly in here. I'm inside my house. There's no fucking butterfly here. Like, why would there be a butterfly? It was like the little shadow. I don't even think you saw that, because I'm pretty sure it was just my eyes, but it was just weird. But once you do that, there's that healing aspect here again of that rest. Then you can go on and move forward to whatever is next. You may not want to do it in general. Like I said, with the Taurus here, there's a certain aspect of being unwilling and not wanting to move. But it's like you simply have to, because you are not thriving here. There's nothing to build on. There's nothing to work with. It's just, I'm hearing tanked, just there, not doing anything else. The same environment every single day, and it's negatively affecting you. So there's a need to transition onto something better. And even like, you don't even have to look for better. Just moving away from it is gonna be better, if that makes sense. So if I had to give you a summary of the message, it would be like, get the fuck out. right now. Leave. Just leave. Like, it feels like that. Like, no nonsense. So just do it. And they're not very delicate. But it smells like just do it. You're gonna be grateful later that you left this behind. You're not gonna miss this. Okay, and there's literally nothing to miss about the situation. This is just pure indecision and blindness here. That's not good for you. And this is you moving towards your future with purpose, if that makes sense, in order to expand and grow accordingly. But remember to do the protection, okay? Do that protection for yourself, because you need it, especially if you can't leave the situation immediately, all right? And something about tobacco, I don't know if they smoke. I'm saying like a pipe, like an actual pipe for smoking. No idea. I don't know if you have smelled that before. It could be a sign that they're around, but just letting you know. Or maybe they want something like that, so you could give it as an offering. But yeah, that's basically what I'm seeing. So that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Sunday at 12 p.m. EST. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can go ahead and do that. I do all my others about the channel over there, and I sometimes post readings. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it's always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much love to you. Bye bye.